You didn't know? Well, here we go. Like and subscribe. So you want to be a writer. You want to write and make money and not have a traditional type job. You want to, you think you're a writer. You wrote in school. You enjoy writing. You dream about being a writer. What is a writer? Okay? What is a writer? How many different things can you be a writer? Being a writer, people want to write fiction. People want to write, mysteries and crime novels and love stories and all these kind of fantasy, sci-fi and all of that kind of stuff. That's fantasy. You can write those kind of things, and but if you're looking to make money on the internet, it's not the easiest thing to do is to sell those types of books. Nonfiction books, nonfiction things are a way to go. But there's a lot of different ways to make money. You can make money doing transcriptions, transcribing audio files. You can make money doing translations, translating stuff from one, language to another, writing articles, blog posts. You could be guest blogger on different websites and different blog posts. There's plenty of places. I got a bunch of websites coming up that you can get, $100, $200, $50 for different blog posts. You could be a freelance writer. You can go on a site called Fiverr and do freelance writing, and you can write other people's books and stuff like that as a ghostwriter. And there's so many different things. There's Upwork. There's another one like Fiverr where you can sell your work as a writer. And there's another one called Guru I haven't looked at. But these are places where, as a writer, you can go and put your work up there and charge people money to do various writing gigs and get jobs. People go on there with jobs looking for writers. So that's one way to do it. You can do book publishing. Ebooks are really big, and how-to ebooks are really big. You can go on Kindle. Amazon, started out as a bookseller, and it's the biggest bookseller in the world, I think. And I have a Kindle. A lot of people have Kindles. That's how people are reading books today. A lot of people aren't buying physical written work. They're buying ebooks. There's if you're interested in Amazon publishing, it's kdp.amazon.com, kdp.amazon.com, and you can publish your ebook there. You can publish your ebook through Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's for free for an ebook, and they'll put it up on Amazon, and you get like 70% of the royalties, and they keep 30. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Look into it for yourself. Do your own research. I'm just throwing stuff out there, giving you ideas, pointing you in directions. It's up to you to, it's not going to be thrown into your lap so you can make money. You gotta work for it. Come on. So you can do that. What else is there? So I was mentioning some of these websites, guest blogging. You got testbroker.com. Testbroker.com is very good. They got 100% satisfactory guarantee. If you're not happy there, whatever that's supposed to mean, they have thousands of orders every day, Testbroker, and they pay up to 5 cents a word. You have to have a 5-star rating to get a 5 cents a word. You start off, a lot less at a fraction of a penny per word, but you get reviews, as you do them, and you get 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. When you get to 5-star reviews, you're making 5 cents a word, and that's pretty decent money for per word. So that's testbroker.com, and weekly pay, they'll pay you anytime you earn over $10. They'll pay you. It's easy to $10 when you're making 5 cents a word. It's not a lot. If you're talking about a 500 word blog post, 1,000-word blog post, which is pretty easy to do, you're talking pretty decent money. And how long does it take you to write 1,000 words? An hour maybe, I don't know. So, you got that. You got AskWonder.com is one I've mentioned in other videos. AskWonder.com is a research place where they give you a subject and you do research, and you do a brief. You write a brief, and you submit it, and it's like $16 for each one. And they're claiming you can do up to 2 an hour. Someone that's good at it or a good researcher can do it as 2 an hour and make $32 an hour from home doing research and writing. Okay, now that's one way to do writing, and it's great for students and people that do research and know what they're doing, and do it anyway. So you can do that on the side. So that's the one. There's listverse.com. Listverse.com, for a minimum of 1,500 words, they'll give you $100 per article. Now, these websites, you submit your articles to these places, and they either accept them or they don't. It's not automatic. You don't submit it and get paid. They have to be accepted. So, but this is what writers do. You write articles, you write stories, you write books, and you put it out there. And if one website doesn't like your article, you submit it to a different website. You just keep. It's your article. You just keep submitting it. So Listverse is one for 1,500 words, $100 if it gets accepted. Cracked.com. Cracked.com, I've seen it in a couple of places, and they claim from $50 to $200 per article, more like $100 per article is what I found. So, they pay by PayPal, and again, it's submitting articles to them, and, it's just another place. There's another one called ScaryMommy.com. Scary Mommy, they want 900 words per minute, 900 words per minute, 900 words per article, per blog post, and for guest blogging, and they'll pay you for that. So it's scarymommy.com/write for Scary Mommy. All right, and it's all stories on children, childbirth, babies, relationships, all that kind of happy stuff. So if if that's your kind of thing, what you like to write about, there's one for you. There's plenty of these places. You can go to a lot of these websites. You check a lot of websites, and they have on the bottom, submit an article, submit a blog post, get paid. A lot of places have it. You just gotta look. All of these places, maybe all the magazines that you go online and look up and look up articles. They might have guest blog posts. They might have. You just keep looking. As a writer, you got to broaden your horizons and find more and more places to do this. I'm throwing out a couple. A Fine Parent is another place. With I just said Scary Mommy. It got to do with family stuff and everything, and they don't always accept it. They have a thing on there where they're accepting articles. You press the button, and if they're accepting it, just like anywhere else, they're not always accepting articles. They're not always accepting what article you have. They're not always looking for your subject. They have whatever's coming out. They have their own subject and agenda, and your story or blog post might not have anything to do relatively to their site, so they're not going to accept it. You have to go on to the sites that you're looking at, see what's relevant to what they're looking for, and write a story or a blog post and cater it so that it'll be accepted. Okay, that may be obvious, but it's not obvious to everybody. You want it to be accepted. So how do you get it accepted? Figure out what they're looking for. Give the public what they want. It's pretty simple stuff. WriteNaked.com. Write Naked is another one. They write, it's pretty broad about anything, and it says from $50 to $200 for that. So, these websites are just a couple. There's plenty of them out there, that you can look into. A lot of people really want to write their own books. Okay, you want to write your own book, which, who doesn't? The thing about writing a book, it could take you years to write a book. You think you know something about a subject, I think I know how to coach little kids. I had 3 kids. I coached every sport, for 3 different kids for 3 different times. I was coaching up to 4 teams at a time. I think I could write a couple of books on how to coach young kids and the philosophy type of thing and different skill levels and different skills, and instead of being a big broad subject on how to coach kids, you break it down into subcategories, and break it down into small chunks, so you don't need to write a 1,000-page book. What you really need to do is write a 20, 30, 40, 50-page book on little subjects at a time, make it into a series, and do it like that, so that you always have books to come out. You don't want to spend a year time writing a big ass book, and maybe you get a couple of sales for it, where what you could have done was write each chapter of that book could have been its own book. Okay, each chapter of that book could have been its own book. You could have already released it. Instead of selling the big book for $19.99 and has 10 chapters, you could write Each chapter is its own book, and it's $1.99. Okay, it sells faster, has more to the point. When people are searching a subject, they're not searching such a broad subject. They're searching specific topics. So your book should be a specific topic on something straight to the point, simple. It has to be simple, straight to the point, good content. Okay, and basically, okay is good enough. Perfection, like I said, you don't spend a year on these things. You're spending enough time that it's good content, okay, but not enough time that you're fluffing it up. People don't want fluff. One thing about reading, at least for me, and from what I've seen and what I've read, is people don't read. If it gets too complicated, they're not going to read it. Okay, they're going to put it down. It's too much, too complicated. Straight, simple, to the point, bullet points, PowerPoint type presentations. Very simple illustrations. These are things that grab people's attention and have them continue reading. If you make it too complicated, they're not going to read it. They're just not. They might buy it, but they're not going to read it, and they won't buy the next one because they didn't finish reading the last one. So keep them engaged and always keep it simple. Quick, easy read books. Okay? And I said low price. You break down topics into subjects. Okay? You want a series of books, and a book is more like, people are thinking, oh, a book is so big. It's, how do I write a book? How do I get started? It's a series of blog posts, okay? Each chapter is a blog post, 500 words, 1,000 words on a subject, on a topic. Not the broad topic, but on something small, okay? You could even, if you don't want to write it, you could even videotape or audio tape your book, reading it, telling the story, and then submit it to one of these other places, these other writers, maybe on Fiverr or one of those sites, to transcribe it and have them write the book for you. And then you don't even have to write the book if you're not somebody who's confident on the structure on how to write the book, but you have these ideas and you have all of this information. This is what you do, and this is how you write your books. Okay, there's so many ways to overcome and make money and write and earn money from home. Okay, I'm trying all of these different ways and trying to throw it out there for you so that you can make money from home and do the work from home hustle. It's very important to have multiple streams of income. Any skill that you have, any skill. Another thing that I did at my job, I was the safety officer, and I had to have safety meetings every Friday, 15-minute safety meetings on different subjects. That could be something that could be a bunch of books on different subjects. It could be topics. What's coming out this week is the next set of topics. It's just an idea. Anything that you do in your life that you may bowl. Maybe you have insight on how to be a good bowler, or any skill that you have. If you don't think you have any skills, sit down with your family. Sit down with the people that know you, your close friends, and say, do I have a skill? Is there something that you look at me and say, hey, he's pretty good at that? You may not even know that you have this skill, that other people look at you and say, if I had a question about this certain subject, I would go to him or her. So you may not even know it. So research what you're good at, make subjects, figure it out, write it down, go to Kindle, publish the book. That's all fun. If the book is too much, then you just want to do blog posts, to go to those websites I mentioned and submit articles. You can do that too. But there's a lot of different ways to make money writing books and make money writing from home. Transcriptions is big, and you could have 3 or 4 different income streams just from writing. You could be going to a website that does transcriptions. Okay, and doing that for a couple hours a day. Then the next couple hours of the day, you could be writing your book or recording audio so someone else can write your book. The next couple hours a day, you could be writing a blog post and submitting that blog post to various websites, for payment. And so that's 3 or 4 different things that you could be doing, all in the writing hemisphere of your expertise. If you consider yourself a writer, you don't have to be this big internet marketer. You don't have to be this big work from home guru. All this scientific stuff that you think you know already how to do, and you just go do it. Okay, so That's it for me. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate, checking out my other videos. Once you get comfortable working from home and making money on the internet, when you're writing is what you fall back on. There's other things you can look at and get other streams of income. And I really believe that you need to have multiple streams of income for the work from home hustle. All right. Well, enjoy your rest of your day and get to it. Oh, another tip. What I like to do is I'm a very busy person. I have all different ventures going on. I have all different jobs and all different activities. Kids running here, running there, shopping, researching, time on the internet, time writing, time videoing, all these different things. But the trick is to set blocks of time, finite blocks of time, that I'm going to work from 7 to 8:30, and 8:30 stop. Have a deadline so that you're not meandering through the time and wasting your time drifting through subjects and getting sidetracked on other things. Have a point of action and get to it. And when it comes time to stop and go on to other things, hopefully you've been able to finish. When you have a finite time to get a task done, you tend to get it done in that time. Okay, if I know if I have an hour to do something, I take an hour to do something. If I have an hour and 15, hour and a half, well, I can take my time and stretch it out a little bit and be more relaxed in my approach. So that's just human nature. So, if I have nothing to do all day and I've got to clean the garage, it can take me all day to clean the garage. But if I have to be at a function at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or a baseball game and I have to leave the house at 3 o'clock and I got to clean the garage, well, then I'm going to clean the garage in that amount of time. It's just the way it is. So, So leave a comment, if you'd like to, and if you think there's something I missed or you have, suggestions on something else you want to hear about, I'd be glad to do some research and put another video out there for you. So like and subscribe and share this video for anybody that you think might help them out in getting them started in their writing career, work from home. Have a great day.